Taurus, welcome to July. This is Gwendolyn. Welcome back to the channel, or if it's your first time here, welcome. This video is going to be a monthly Tarotscope for July for Taurus, and I'm just going to shuffle the cards here a little bit. While I do that, if you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can always do that on my website. I'll have a link up above to that. And let's just see what's coming up for Taurus for July. What's the information that Taurus needs to know for July? What's the most relevant information for Taurus? Let's see what's coming up. One more shuffle here. Taurus, July. Okay. So your central card is Hermit. You might be doing some introspection. You might be looking for the truth on something. Might be a good time to kind of sequester yourself and just to get clear about something. Let's see what else is coming up. Page of Wands in your shadow position. Passing away is Page of Pence. Approaching is Knight of Pence. And highlighted is Two of Pence. So a little bit of coin energy, a little bit of pentacles, diamonds, physical assets, tangible things. Some of you might be thinking about your budget, financial planning, what's going to take you from, this is the younger side of pentacles, this is the more mature, so from Page to Knight, this is someone who is open and willing to receive something, and this is someone who goes after and goes and gets something. And two is joint finances. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. You have two pages showing up, which means being open, being willing. Let's see what else is coming up for you for the weeks. We've got Fool. How nice for week one. That's, again, talk about being open. Week two, Strength. Love it. Some major Arcana energy at the beginning of July. Another major Arcana card. We've got the World in week three. And then another page. Week four. So real theme for you, Taurus, is being open. Open 3 pages. This, and this. So pages, they're usually like the rookies. It's having beginner's mind. Being willing to be open, being willing to receive, being willing to be engaged in something, being willing to participate, having enthusiasm, having an open-heartedness towards something. So that's really coming in triplicate for you. Page of Wands is about optimism, enthusiasm. Wands have to do with vitality, energy, fire, action. So this is about being willing to get in the game in some ways. Page of Cups is about open-heartedness, being open with your heart, having your emotions available, being willing to show your heart, being willing to connect with someone. And then Page of Coins is about openness and willingness in the tangible world. So receiving money, receiving something of value, being willing to be steadfast, be reliable, be grounded. So all of these are about willingness, openness, and I'll talk about a little bit about what each of them means in each of the positions. So, but pages, again, just be open is what I'm going to say for you for July. You may have a tendency in July to really want the answer on something, really be looking for the truth, and it may serve you, Taurus, to spend some time by yourself, because what Hermit is about is going up into the mountains like a monk and being in service of the truth, being devoted and dedicated to the truth. He's got a lot of discipline, and that's where that word disciple means to learn. So be a disciple of the truth. Cast off anything that feels like excess in July. Anything to do with gossip, politics, the outer world, news, anything that's like just noise, and get down to what's quiet, where things reveal themselves. That's what this lantern is about. It's about holding up the truth that you see. And sometimes you have to kind of sequester yourself away from all the noise and the entanglements. This is a time about getting quiet and really looking at things, really meditating upon what's true for you. it can mean feeling isolated, but mostly I get for you, Taurus, that this is just about you getting quiet with your own truth and looking within, shutting out all the external noise to really get illumination on something. What's in the shadows is, this is really fun card here in the shadows. This is Page of Wands, which is, it's that young, youthful, vital energy, full of optimism, full of spontaneity, full of fire. It's kind of saying like, oh, I'm ready to get in the game. Sign me up. I'm ready to run out on that field. I want to learn. I want to take on the world. I want to go. But it's hanging out in the shadows here. So it's almost like, kind of like holding a dog back on a leash. This is like young puppy energy, you know, full of energy, full of like floppy, just fun, unbridled energy, but it's in your shadow position. So it's kind of saying this is what's waiting to burst forth, or this is what's happening under the surface. You may have some excitement. It really ties in with Fool energy, but because it's in the shadows, it means like the time is not quite right for it, or it is, your time to play may be coming, but you kind of have to deal with some serious practical matters first, is really what I'm getting. And a lot of these are coins cards, so it has to do with money. So the first week, actually I'll finish with this before I go into week one. What's passing away is Page of Coins. Now that may be budgeting, that may be a job offer, a new job, receiving some money, receiving a payout, being open, holding your hand out, being open to receiving money, receiving an asset, receiving a possession. Maybe you just recently received something. And what's coming in is Knight of Swords. So, Knight of Coins. So now that I have this thing, where do I go with it? What are my plans? I need to think things over. Knight of Coins sits on his horse and thinks, okay, now that I'm up on this horse, Page is waiting to get on the horse. Page is like, that the time of waiting to be up on the horse is over. You're up on the horse now. But what's coming in is, okay, so now what do I want to achieve? What do I want to try out? What do I want to experiment with? Should I go left or should I go right? He's thinking things over. Now that I have this money, now that I am up on the horse, now that I can make decisions, I have a little bit more experience, where do I want to take it? And what do I want to do with it? He's very reliable. He's very practical. This is also the salesman card, by the way. So you may have someone who's a salesperson coming in. Jacks are always romantic, clever, playful. They've got some trickster energy. And he always considers the bottom line. So what's coming in for you is considering the bottom line. And that's why you may also be looking at like the truth here. I want to know what the bottom line is kind of what it's saying to you. And with Two of Coins energy highlighted, this is joint finances. This is, what's my portion? What's the other person's portion? How can I be flexible? What is fair and balanced and reasoned? The high side of Two of Coins is rolling with the circumstances. So it means being flexible, having a sense of fun, having a sense of humor. It's a juggling act. On the low side of Two of Coins, which I'm not getting for you, by the way, this is showing up highlighted in the upright position. So just to give you some context or contrast, the low side of Two of Coins is feeling unbalanced, feeling, like it's chaos, feeling like I'm stretched thin. I don't get that for you. I really get like you're being flexible and you're being adaptable. You're being, you're feeling probably very capable. Like I have all these balls in the air. Now what do I do with it? And this is about decision making, these two together. Decision making with all the balls that you have in the air. Where do you want to go with it? What do you want to do? What's the bottom line? So that's all what's going on for you. I kind of get the sense right now July may be about financial decision making and really doing some soul searching to determine that. And by the way, this young sort of puppy in you wants to come out and play. That's what I'm seeing week one here. This is about Fool. Look, there's even like a little puppy on the card. It's about, again, being open, having faith, having trust. Fool is a new beginning, smelling that fresh new rose. It's a feeling of all things are possible, potential energy, new adventure. The world is open to me. I'm just going to dive right in. It's like there's a little bit of feeling like a kid again. So Fool energy means you can create whatever you want. It's all available to you. It's really a card of trust and faith in the universe. Really fun card. Very different, by the way, from the seriousness of this card, Hermit. But one of the things that is true both about Hermit and Fool is that they're both very authentic. They're both very real. They're both very authentic to who they are. And they connect with the divine source. So I'm going to encourage you to do that. Week 2 is about strength. This means having patience, tapping into your own gentle strength, your own fortitude, endurance. It's not doing anything by force. She tames the beast through her gentleness and remaining there and not having fear. It's really a card of courage. The French word for heart is cœur, and that's where the courage comes in. She tames this beast through courage, gentleness, fortitude, endurance. So tap into your own strength. Week 2, Taurus. Week 3, the world is here. It's, this is, again, you feeling free and open. I kind of get the sense that once you get your financial ducks in a row for July, you feel, look at these, free, open, everything's possible. Is there any fear, doubt, or resistance that you get a chance to be free, that you have arrived at this place of completion, this place of support from the celestial sphere? It's like the world at your feet. The fact that you have this in reverse says, I don't feel like I'm allowed to be free, or I have some fear, doubt, or resistance to feeling free and complete and supported. What is that? Is there something that you can remove to experience the tremendous celebration of this card? Because this card is positive in the upright or the reverse. It's just like, this is you dancing in the celestial sphere, Taurus. So really great cards of support. I kind of get the sense that you need to do some soul searching to just determine the money structure, physical assets, life here on earth, practicality, all that. And then it's like time to open up and play. And that's what's surrounding you. But this is at the core. This is your structure. And then week 4, this is like a little hesitancy to wear your heart on your sleeve. This is the younger side of us. This is Page of Cups, which has to do with sharing our heart, what makes our heart leap, feeling like a young teen again, feeling like joyous, feeling like we want to share love, we want to share passion, we want to do something that makes us happy and free. It really echoes this card too, but this is sort of like the thinking back to what made you joyful as a child. That's available to you here in week 4. It's just saying, I really get the sense of giving yourself permission, Taurus. In the second half of July, the skies are blue. It's open to you. What can you do to feel like this young little kid again and feel free and joyous and dancing? Some of you may be dancing in the second half of July, I'm getting. But share your heart. Enjoy this victory. Enjoy this place that you've come to. You don't need permission, is all I'm going to say. If you're addressing this evolution of receiving something and then deciding what you want to do with it, finding this balance, discovering what's true, doing some soul searching, then it's time to play. It's time to be free. It's time to be open, be strong, may need to employ some patience with someone week 2, but I'm getting like, once you determine your structure, your bottom line, your possessions, assets, finances, through doing some soul searching, all this play opens up for you. So that's my reading for you, Taurus, for July. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up or share it with another Taurus. And as always, I just want to thank everyone so much for watching. Yours in the stars.